Hey, Dwayne. Why is it not? Oh, well. It's not doing what I wanted, but that's okay. Dwayne, what's going on? Oh, man. Stuck in the house on a Friday night, and I should be at the bowling alley. It is what it is. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, no, I'm not looking at a blank screen. That's my other computer. That's my storage system computer, and I don't keep that on. So, but what I am working on, let me get off of this, because this, oops, there we go. This is what I'm working on. As soon as you can see it. Sorry. It may not show up very well. I'm not sure. You can't really see it. Hey, Dave. Hey, Jeff. Since you can't really, I'm not sure if I can, how I can do this here. Let's try this a different way. Maybe. It's probably still not going to work. And it's not. It's too bright. It's this wonderful screen. Anyway, what I'm working on is, let's see here. What I'm actually working on is JMRI. And of course, you all know I'm DC. And I think I mentioned this last night when I was filling in for Rodney. And excuse me, I'm messing with the camera because I'm going to do this somewhat intelligently, I think. Maybe not. I've got a small tripod that this camera can sit on. And this way, I can put it up here. Oh, and of course, it's going to. All right, fine. You want to go ahead and collapse? Collapse. There we go. Sheesh. Okay, now as I cut my head off, some days I wish I could. Well, since I can't look at it there, I can look at it up here. Okay, good. Hey, there we go. All right, let's see. We got Dwayne, we got Dave, we got Jeff. We got CDP. Welcome aboard, sir. Jerry, welcome aboard. What I was trying to show is that I'm messing around. Hey, Martin, one of my new subscribers. Yeah, that's one of the nice things. That idea that Sparky had of having everybody reply to that one video. And if you haven't seen it, go check out Sparky 107. He's got two videos actually that he put up this afternoon. And what it is since YouTube went ahead and took away the ability for you to click on a person's name in chat and be able to see their channel, this was another way of doing it. So basically what he did is he set up two videos. You go in and you tell people, or you reply to that video and tell folks how many subscribers you have. They click on your name, they go to your channel. If they're a subscriber, great. They go back and they let you know, hey, I already got you. Or if they don't, then they can subscribe to you, give you a thumbs up. You're all good. Jerry, that was a wonderful idea. Wonderful idea. And Jerry, you're right. JMRI is made for DCC. But one of my new subscribers, Santa Fe Bob, and I think actually there might be one or two other people that are doing it too, that are still DC, that are using JMRI for, to be honest, I'm still playing with it. I'm finding out that it's really nice for tracking, or not even tracking, because I haven't even gotten that part or that far yet. I think I've actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to jump track here just a second. CDP, I think in the last 2 days, or actually since I started doing more of these little off-the-wall live things, I think I've gained somewhere close to 30 subscribers, which is, yeah. No, I'm not going to do jumping jacks. You don't want me to cause an earthquake. But anyway, getting back to the JMRI, I'm finding that it's really nice for being able to put your locomotives, your cabooses, your passenger cars, so on and so forth, into the system, and being able to actually know how long your staging tracks are, or your yard tracks, or your spur tracks. Because I always figured, it's a spur track. It's X amount of feet. Okay, no big deal. And, you know, when you use a car card and waybill system, you know, you just went ahead and just, okay, well, here's a car, I'll just throw it in there. Well, if anybody's actually messed with anything like that in the past, if you go ahead and you throw 3 50-foot, you know, grain cars onto a track that's only designed for 100, you got a problem. So, you know, that's an issue. And I'm finding out that I've, you know, I wouldn't say I didn't plan ahead of time. I think I planned it out fairly well with what I've got sitting over there. But I'm finding out that I had to make some adjustments. Not a big deal, not a huge, especially for the 2 staging yards. You know, last night I went ahead and after I got done with Rodney's, you know, filling in for Rodney, and while I was listening to Model Railroading Live with Johnny and the crew last night, I went through and actually put the passenger car, or the 2 passenger trains that I had sitting in the south yard ready to go north, and I knew that they wouldn't fit. I knew that the passenger cars were not going to fit on one track, at least not with a locomotive. And like I said, I knew that was obvious. You know, you can't put 4 90-foot passenger cars on a track that's only meant for 300 feet. It's not going to work. You know, so you have to finagle things a little bit. So what I ended up doing is the 1 passenger train is on one of the outbound tracks, just to train the cars themselves, the 4 passenger cars. The other outbound passenger train, its cars are on another outbound track. And then the 2 locomotives that are going to be pulling those 2 trains are on the last track. So again, and I've explained this in the past, and once I get this thing back up and running the way I want it to, because as most of you saw, if you guys did see me filling in for Rodney last night, I have an issue with block 1 going north and going south. And that's the fact that the power packs sit over here behind what will be the farm. And once they get down to the north end, well, not the north end, but the middle end of the layout, there's not enough juice. It was fine when I didn't have the blocks in, but now that I've got the blocks in, power's only really going one way, and it's not working. So I've already got all the feeder, or not the feeder lines, but the bus lines are in. I just have to drop the feeders down. But there's no point in doing that until I glue the sub road bed and the road bed down. And then once I get that done, then I can move on. But yeah, CDP, it's one of those things. I didn't want to really mess with it yet, but as I explained last night, one of the guys that I work with is in here, Mr. Pandoff. How you doing, sir? Oh man. Anyway, hey, Alex Brockaway. Evening, sir. The JMRI thing, the only reason why I'm messing with it is last weekend we started doing some work out in the yard. We had a halfway decent weekend. Like I said, I moved into this house a year ago, and we've got a lot of stuff to do outside. And I literally, over last weekend, I beat myself up. Shoveling and cutting stuff up and things of that nature. And I've been so stinking sore all week, and it's like I can't get underneath the layout to do what I want to do. So I'll find something else to get into. Case in point was JMRI. So, like I said, I started messing with it, and it's fascinating. I mean, I'm really digging it. And I've mentioned it before. I've been strictly DC for years. 40 some years. It's what I know. I deal with a lot of electronic and electrical stuff all daggone day, and the last thing I want to do is come down here and turn on the computer and let it run the railroad. I want to actually have some manual intervention. I want to do something besides sit there and punch keys on a keyboard, which is what I do for work, basically. And Mr. Pandolf can relate. But anyway, so like I said, I'm still doing inventory for the most part. I just pulled over two of the trains that were sitting over on the Beauville passenger area. I've got 4 staging tracks sitting over there, so I got one of the northbound passengers and one of the southbound passengers to mess with. So, hey, it's Santa Fe Bob. And Why Are You Naked is here too. I have to laugh every time I see that. I'm sorry. Let's see if with the computer. No. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, this thing is just way too bright. Oh, wait a minute. Hey. Now, let's do this. There we go. Now you can kind of, I know it's going to be tough to read, but this is the gist of what I've been messing with. This window here is the locations, and I've got the Harrisburg area, the Beauville Yard, the Richmond area, the Weikert Industrial Railroad, the East Interchange, and the manufacturing plant. That'll be that fascia flat that I keep talking about. So that's all my areas. The interesting thing here is if and I know you can't see it. Hey, Rodney. Let's see. Did I miss anybody here? No. Okay. One of the interesting things here is the fact that the 2 staging yards are fairly large in track length. I mean, we're looking at 10,490 feet, and the Richmond yard is 10,640 feet. Obviously, there isn't that much track there. The reason why they're so big is the fact that I've got the 2 storage, what will be the 2 storage drawers underneath. So that added to how much feet is actually there. I mean, obviously some of it's virtual, but you get the idea. So that's the locations and how much feet is actually there. It's really cool to get down to the Industrial Railroad and the East Interchange. You're looking at the Industrial Railroad's got 690 feet and the East Interchange is at 640. Mainly because of the fact that there's 2 different tracks there. So you give you an idea. And the fact that right now the Harrisburg yard has got 80 cars in it. Richmond yard's got 68. The Beauville yard actually has 28. The Weikert Industrial, I don't know why it says that there's 8 cars there. There shouldn't be, or is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there is 8 cars over there. Oh, well, you know, this thing actually knows what it's talking about. Hey, not a problem, Rodney. Not a problem at all, sir. Sorry I couldn't do it at 7. I'm glad I told you I couldn't do it till 8 because I ended up having to move 6,000 pounds of stone last night before I got on the air. We had ordered up 44 24-inch by 24-inch pavers, 70 pounds a piece. Needless to say, by the time I was done last night, I was done. So, you know, like I said, this is really, it's just the program is really neat. What I really want to mess with once I get finished putting all, then I'm going to go ahead and swing back around here, folks, because you guys can't see this anyways. Quit moving. Quit it. Now you guys get to look at my ugly face again. The neat thing to me is going to be, once I get finished with the inventory, is actually going to be seeing how the cars, or how JMRI is going to sort the cars through the railroad. And as I mentioned last night, one of the things that I found, which is rather nice, is that if you have a set of passenger cars, you can, I guess for lack of, they call it, I forgot what the heck the acronym is now, but they actually have a way of assigning those particular passenger cars. Let's say like the one train I've got 4 cars for the Wabash. I can link those 4 cars together, so when the train is built, it'll pick those 4 cars and it'll assign it to a locomotive. But that's my problem. I only have one Wabash locomotive. Obviously, I'd like the Wabash locomotive to be able to pull the Wabash cars. I don't know if I had, or if there is a way within JMRI to tell it, I want a particular locomotive to pull this set of cars. It's one of the things that I have to dig into a little bit deeper. But as far as the freight cars go, you know, here it is. I had talked about doing a car card and waybill system. I had started messing with that 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I've got a whole stack of car cards for all the rolling stock, for I'd say 90% of the rolling stock. I've already got the car cards. JMRI, to a point, seems like it would get rid of those. However, I may still end up using them. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. And I think I saw something floating through the chat here a bit ago. Yes, JMRI is free. That's the nice thing. It's an open source. It's a rather, and like I said, I mean, it's got a little bit of everything in there, especially for DCC guys. You can tie it to the NCE, the Digitrax, the lens system. I think there's actually a couple others in there too. So, you know, JMRI can do some interfacing for you that is going to be really nice. For those of us that are DC, well, that's yet to be seen for me. I've got to, like I said, I got to play with it a little bit. I do want to see if there's some way that I can get it to, at least in the short term, not this moment, but once I get to a point where I've got signals on the layout and with the switch machines and such, for it to actually still be able to control those and not be DCC. I think that they have there is things out there that you can use to interface JMRI or a computer into a DC railroad. I have to look into that. Well, yeah, but believe it or not, I did the JMRI that I downloaded didn't cost me a thing. Yeah. Oh, I got what you're saying. Why now? I see. Yeah, yeah. The JMRI is free. The trains are not. The trains definitely are not free. Oh, so yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to say it one more time, folks. If you haven't done it yet, go over and check out Sparky 107 107. He put up 2 videos today where you can go to that video and you can basically at the bottom in the comments, he wants you to put how many subscribers you have. And as you're scrolling through, if you've already done that and you start scrolling through there and you see names that you haven't subscribed to, you can click on them and go to that channel and subscribe to that channel. Because of the fact that YouTube took away for you to be able to click on the names as they're sitting there in chat and being able to go and see it that way. There is actually a CDP, and I found out that a little late that you can actually import from Excel, but it has to be in a particular format and it has to be in CSV, which the CSV portion wasn't the problem when I tried to import my stuff. The problem was I didn't have the columns set up correctly. And I tried manipulating what I had in my inventory into another sheet to try and get it to import, and it screwed things up. And I ended up just going in there and deleting it all out. And I just decided I'll just put it in manually. But it's a little bit more tedious, but you learn the system too, because when you're going and putting that in there, or you're putting your rolling stock or your locomotives into the system. There's a bunch of different little things. You've got the road name, you've got the car number, the locomotive number, you've got where it's sitting, what yard and what yard rack it's sitting on. Let's see, the color of it, the weight of it. For your rolling stock, it'll actually tell you if you've got a 36-inch or in HO scale, a 36-foot car, it'll calculate how much that's supposed to weigh in HO scale. So it automatically does all that stuff. Kerneling. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Santa Fe Bob. It's called kerneling. And you kernel the passenger cars together, but it would be nice if you could kernel the locomotive with them. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. See, Santa Fe Bob's the one that started all this. He's the one that piqued my interest in here. Oh no, here comes trouble. Sparky. Hey buddy, that was really neat what you did with those videos, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on you, Bob. I'll blame the JMRI on you, and I'll still blame the whole post thing on Sparky and Model Railer. Never happened, Sparky. Buddy. Oh my. Anyway, so yeah, I tell you what, Sparky, that was a neat idea with the video. That was really cool. I mean, I've picked up quite a few subscribers already this evening. I think just today, I think I've picked up like 5 or 6. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Man, I would just be finishing up bowling right now. Stupid showstopper. Oh, geez. Yeah, Dwayne, there's one back there. It's right there. Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what the other thing is, though, Sparky, is I went through and I started subscribing to folks, and as I must have gone ahead and blown YouTube up because it told me I had to come back in a couple hours. I did too many subscriptions. Yeah, CDP. I've been bowling since 1989. So it's that I'm actually the league president for the league that I'm in. I've been doing that for 7 years now, and people aren't very happy with this whole showstopper thing. It really screwed things up. Really screwed things up. We were 6 weeks away from the end of the season. 6 stinking weeks. Anyway, that's another time. That's another topic for another time. No, I don't know about that. But I did find out, like I said, I did find out, Sparky, that I had quite a few people that I knew that I didn't have. I wasn't subscribed to their channel. Oh well, I am now. Sheesh, that stinks. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on down here. The bowling alley actually, um, they actually called me this afternoon because our banquet was supposed to be on the 15th of May, and they're not expecting to reopen until after the 15th of May. So I don't know. I'm going to have to call them tomorrow and let them know that we're just going to cancel it. I don't even think we're going to bother. So anyway, it is what it is. So we'll just sit here and shoot the breeze and you know talk about trains and whatever else comes across the way and leave my metal posts out of it. Oh boy. Yeah, you all on my metal posts. Yeah, I agree, Sparky. I mean, it's gonna be a while before things get back to normal, if they ever get back to normal. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? This may be our social atmosphere. Hey, Anthony from the Georgia Sun Belt. Welcome aboard, sir. Wow. I heard that there was a bowling alley over in Japan, I think it was, that had they actually had electric golf carts that took you from one end of the house to the other. It was so big. Actually, I think no problem, Anthony. No problem, man. Not a problem. I'm glad you got it. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Some of the folks in the league were already talking about some of that stuff, doing bowling on the Wii or on the phones or whatever. Yeah, whatever. I'm yeah, don't even. Nope. Nice. Yeah, the house that I bowl at is an AMF house. Yep. minute, somebody has a live show on Wednesday night? Who would that be? Oh, it's the guy with the clothesline on his layout. Sorry, Sparky. It's my turn. Oh. Oh gosh. See, this is what this is what we all need. We just need to let loose. Even though we can't go anywhere, we can at least go in here and let loose. Pick on each other, whatever happens. Usually I'm the one that gets picked on, but that's beside the point. Oh man. Well, I'm not getting anything done tonight. That's great, Dwayne. Oh man, yeah, we could up the stakes a little bit, why, and make it bowling for locomotives. Hey, RJ78. Evening. Welcome aboard. Join the party, RJ. Everybody picks on me. I've got broad shoulders, as you can see. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Yes, it absolutely is, Sparky. It is definitely helping channels, I think, gain. It was wild. I was looking through. I think one of the people that actually replied had, I think when they put it in there like 6 hours ago, only had like 8 subscribers. By the time I got to them, they had like 58. Well, yeah, I guess I'm a really light guy. I don't know. Yeah, I believe it, Sparky. Like I said, I know at least one person I saw, I think, had 8 subscribers when they said that they had commented on the video, and they had like 50 thumbs up. So they were up to, when I went and looked at them, they were up to 58 subscribers. They had gained 50 in 5 hours. It was that's great. And it's great. I don't know what I'm up to now. Let me take a look and see where I'm at. Let's do a refresh here. And I'm up to 500, or I'm up to 278. And that's in the last, let's see, that's in the last couple of hours, I think. Yeah, I'm 2 hours ago I was at 271. I'm up 7 subscribers. I'll take it. 280. Really? I don't know. Mine says 278. All right. If you say I'm up to 280. You better listen. Not a good idea to mess with the boss. Flying Crow, good evening. I didn't even know Vinny was doing a live. I looked first before I started to make sure that nobody was doing a live show. French? I don't know about that. That sounded more like German, maybe, Sparky. Of course, it could have been Canadian. There you go. Now, I didn't start till 9:30. Well, so am I, Sparky. Welcome to the club. Oh, man. Night CDP. Well, you know, and it's funny. I was watching the Model Railroading Live last night with Johnny Reb and the gang, and they were talking about that last night, that there is a lot of folks doing live shows now. Well, of course, we got no place to freaking go. You know, there's nowhere, we can't go anywhere. You know, we're basically all stuck in the house. Yeah, there's things that I could be, you know, I've got stuff I could even now be doing, but you know, hey, sit here and shoot the breeze, shoot the fish. You know, anybody remember what that line was from? Oh, Tom Kavicek. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'll have to catch up with him. Anybody seen anything from Walt World? I know he had moved out to I think it was out to Colorado. And I mean, he was putting up videos because he was building his basement. And I haven't seen anything from Walt in a while. It was Lethal Weapon. There you go, Y. Yeah, it was Lethal Weapon. Well, shooting the breeze, shooting the fish. Take it easy there, RJ. And that was Lethal Weapon 2, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho. Oh, man. What is that link for, Sparky? Is that yours? That I was about to say something, but I'm not going to. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's not Sunday. We're not supposed to get sidetracked. But it is Friday. Oh, if my bowling balls aren't in the gutter, my mind is. Thank you very much. Ba-da-bum, ba-dum-bum. Hey, Shane. Yeah, we don't want to know what Amy sent you, Sparky. We didn't need to do that. Nice. Yeah, I think we're all basically pretty much in that same boat there, Shane. We've all been gaining. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Got to keep them subs a coming. Oh man. Hey, hey, why were they nuclear or diesel? Oh, all right, Sparky, clothesline guy. Mm. Super subs. If it was a typhoon class, it may have been. Oops. Oh my goodness. I well, that's a good thing, Dwayne. I'm glad you didn't. Oh yeah. All right, there you go. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. Actually, Bob, right now, the reality is for me, and I was talking to Sparky about this a couple weeks ago. My schedule, my personal schedule is a bit of a mess. And, right now I've got it scheduled to where I'm going to do my sidetrack Sundays once a month. That'll be the last Sunday of the month. These other videos that I'm doing, like last night, I subbed in for Hot Rod, Rodney, to go ahead because he was going to be out and about. Wasn't sure if he was going to get back from work in time. But I mean, trying to get this thing up and running behind me and taking care of the work stuff, taking care of the personal stuff, and the other things that I've got going on. They're going to be somewhat impromptu. If you follow me on here and if you follow my Facebook page for the railroad, I will try to, if I'm going to do something like this, I'll try and put it up there that I'm going to be doing that, and at least give folks an hour or two heads up that I'm going to do a live show. Here recently with me just messing around, it's been, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera on. Let's go ahead and have a blast. But I'd rather go ahead and actually give people a heads up. So, I think, isn't there somebody already doing live shows on Saturday nights? Ooh, and I know why I didn't want to do Saturday nights originally. That's because of the fact that Saturday night I used to work at church. But since we can't do that, at least not right now, I don't know if I could do this every week. Yeah, exactly, Sparky. I mean, nobody wants to take a look at this ugly mug every freaking week. That's the reason why I do it once a month. That's enough. and then consider the fact that I'm putting out a vlog every freaking week. Yeah, see, I don't want to step on anybody's toes that's already, out there. That's the reason why when I was looking at this earlier, I was like, well, there's nobody out there. There's nobody doing a live at the moment. So I'll go ahead and start one up. It turns into Ray's comedy hour. Sheesh. And you know what, Santa Fe? It's I have to go back and let me see what I've actually done for live shows. View the playlist. Let's see. We had the test one. We had the one on the 29th. So there's 1, 2. I had the 29th, the 30th, the 3rd, the 11th. Last night, which was the 16th. Sheesh. Oh, man. And now tonight. I'm doing back-to-back nights. The heck am I thinking? That's kind of a reason why I decided, beside the fact that, with my comedy garbage that goes on, Sunday was perfect. Sidetrack Sunday. It was a perfect thing. So, it was, yeah, yeah. I'm always a glutton for punishment. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think the last time the last time I saw something from Nora, I think I actually hopped in, did mine, and then hopped out and went back over to Nora's just to hang out for a bit. Yeah, I can't do Sunday during the day. I got too much yard work to do. That's one of the things that I want to. One of these days I'm just going to do. I've got an acre of property over here, and I've got a lot of work. That's one of the reasons why, instead of working on the layout this week, I was doing a lot of work on just messing around with the JMRI thing. So, because I'm just so sore. And yesterday, before I did Rodney's show, I moved. I think I was telling everybody earlier, I moved 6,000 pounds worth of stone. So, that I was done last night after I got, actually, I went over and watched the MRL, but when I got done with that, I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to bed. This ain't happening. No, well, that's one of the days that we clean up the yard from the pups, but no, she can't. She's not lifting 6,000 pounds worth of stone. In fact, I'm surprised I was able to do it. Okay, cool, Bob. I appreciate that. Did you ever see any more about what we were talking about earlier with the JMRI about assigning a locomotive to a particular train? You don't think I'll keep what up? That's not logical. I'm giving her all she's got, so even if I have to get out and push. Gotcha. That's what I'm getting at, Anthony. That's exactly what I'm getting at. if we're constantly doing this, we're not getting anything done. Oh, laugh out loud, Shane. Work on the layout and the stream. Well, that's what I had planned on doing. But the problem is one has to be able to climb under the layout, at least at the moment. And right now, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. It's supposed to rain all weekend down here, so maybe I'll actually get something done. Maybe I'll do some other streams tomorrow and Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. It may just be part of the next vlog. Oh, trust me, Jerry, there'll be plenty of people telling me I'm not doing it right. I guarantee it. Gremlins. I have enough gremlins on this thing at the moment. That's why I gotta fix it. Yeah, I hear you, Anthony. I hear you. Yeah, I'm still working too. There's my desk right here. That's my desk. This is my office at the moment. This is my office. So this is the office and the train room and the laundry room and the workout room and the bedroom. Hey, maybe what I'll have to do is if I do come down here and work on this thing tomorrow, I'll go ahead and fire up the turntable. that Vinny pointed out last night. That's sitting over here. Yeah, see, Sparky, that was one of the reasons why I was talking about only doing this probably up until May, doing the live shows, and then probably taking a break over the summer because I figured I'm going to be outside working. I've got a vacation coming up, which may not be happening now. The whole family was supposed to head down to Ocean City, Maryland. I think it's the end of July, the first week of August, but who knows if that's going to happen. So, yeah, on the left coast. We're on the right coast. They're on the left coast. Bob, that's one of the things that they had talked about originally for us, but then they decided that it wasn't worth the risk, and they sent everybody home. So, with the work that I do, I already had the ability to work from home because we have the tendency of getting called at all hours of the day, especially on the weekends. So, I already had that ability because everything I do is remote anyway. With the job that I do, I cover everything from the state of Maine all the way down to North Carolina. So, and yes, the water is still cold down in Ocean City, Maryland, in the end of July, early August. But it's not so. Usually, it's not so stinking hot that you can't walk across the sand. We did that one year. We went down later in August, and it was ridiculous. No, hey, you know what, Sparky? This is a free-for-all, my friend. I am not worried about that. Absolutely not. I mean, the amount of subscribers that I've picked up in the last couple of weeks, and especially today, no, promote that son of a gun. I was promoting it earlier. Go for it. Go for it. You can do it. You need to go check it out, Georgia. Anthony, you need to go take a look at that. Hey, Flying Crow, where are you from? I don't think I've seen you in here before. And I wonder if that's one of the new subscriptions that I picked up, or new subscribers I picked up. Or maybe I subscribed to. I don't know. I was going through just click. I haven't even gone back to see what I've got there. Yeah, I know, Sparky. I know. Oh, Charlottesville, Virginia. That's one of the areas that I cover. Down in Longview, Texas. He's down there in Longview, Texas. Gotcha. Yeah, those of us that are in communications and electric and so on and so forth, Sparky, you're right. We're busting our rears to make sure that everything stays up and making sure that we can do stuff like this. You know, that's part of my job in telecommunications, is making sure that we're able to do things like this. You know, without power, we don't have anything, and without the internet and things of that nature, we got nothing either. So, yep. Nowadays, yeah, you're right, Sparky. You know, it was we had a conference with our with my boss's boss this afternoon, and that was the first thing out of his mouth was, "Thank you guys for keeping it going. You know, you guys rock." He says, "You guys have made you guys are making me look good." is basically what it boiled down to. Because we've been doing things, we have been doing some stuff, you know, over the last few months to go ahead and balance some stuff out, and it's paid off dividends. It really has. You know, we've still got a couple of areas that we were in the midst of doing, and I've been writing documentation for those to get that stuff moved around, but what can you do? We did this thing hit before we had a chance to finish up, but we'll get it straightened out. We'll get it straightened out. That's very true, Anthony. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh man, I bet, Bob. I bet. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. I must have run over another one of them stupid stink bugs. Gosh darn it. Pew. No, I can't say I've done that, Flying Crow. I had some other things to spend it on. I was laughing at Shane's comment. Hard to keep 6 feet in the tandem cockpit. Yeah, could be a bit of a problem. What do you mean? It still tastes like cream corn, except it's devil ham. Well, that would be a problem. Sorry. I'll just sit here and spout off movie lines. Thumbs up on that one, Sparky. Mm. I can, you know, I just had a thought. No, no, no. Come back here, you silly English connecticut. I taught you a second time. I just had like, do you know how they talk about buzzing the tower? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that call? This is a sell-off 463. Permission to buzz the tower. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Permission to buzz the interlocking tower. Oh man. Oh no, Junction. We've all lost it by now, bud. We've gotten so far off the train topic, it's not even funny. God. I'm not actually running it. I'm actually just using it right now to put all of the rolling stock and locomotives into. I was explaining that one earlier, Junction, and I was still messing with it. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. You know. It's fascinating. I can see that there is a lot of benefits to it, though. There is going to be a lot of benefit, even at DC. So we'll just stay tuned. Never know what's going to happen next, especially on this channel. I hope my doc don't get a look at this stream. Why is that, Shane? Oh, yeah, I was kind of showing that a little bit earlier, Shane. I'm sorry, Junction. Humanity. I actually did show some of what was there. It's a fairly easy program once you go in and take a look at the help. So it's not too hard to figure out, to be honest, because he's the head doc and I'll be doomed. Okay. I'm thinking about it, Bob. I'm not sure yet. Hey, Sparky, don't get lost trying to go home. I know it's a long distance haul for you to get from where you're at back to the house. I know you've got that long travel time from where you're at to back to the house. So just be careful, man. Take it easy, buddy. We'll catch up with you later, Sparky. So anyway, Bob, I'd like to. Yeah, where is it? A W? Yeah, you got to watch out. I think they put a checkpoint in the kitchen. Oh, brother. Watch the clothesline. Yeah. Oh, boy. Anyway. Anyway, humanity, I did touch base on a couple of the things with JMRI earlier. And like I said, no, I'm not Rodney tonight. I am myself. At least I think I am. I could be beside myself. I'm over here, over there, over here, over there. Oh, that's too funny, Jerry. Even better, Shane. Oh, brother. Yeah, like I said, humanity, I noticed for me, it was building the locations first, and I actually built, you can go back and look at the beginning of this video. When I first started, I was talking about it. You build the locations, and you put, I mean, in the program, it tells you to, I think you make all your tracks like 2,000 feet in HO scale, not in real scale, but HO scale. And you can adjust them as you see fit. And I had already noticed that I had to, squash some of mine down, extend a few of them out, so that way I knew how many cars, which is the nice thing with the JMRI, is it'll tell you how many cars you can actually have on a particular track. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier, if you've got 3 50-foot long hopper cars and you try to put them on a 100-foot track, it won't work. And JMRI will actually tell you, you can't do that unless you extend the track. So that's kind of a nice thing. You get an idea as to how long your tracks are scale-wise. After you put your locations in, then you can start putting your locomotives and your rolling stock in. And the rolling stock, when you go and put it in there, you put it in there by name, then by car number, and then you tell it where that car is sitting. And then you tell it how long the car is, and it'll actually calculate by the length of that car, depending on your scale, how much that car is supposed to weigh in HO scale, for instance, which I run. So I think one of the cars, let me go ahead and take a look real quick, so I'm not just talking off my butt here. For instance, a 40-foot box car is supposed to weigh 3.8 ounces. So it'll actually calculate how much that is, how much those cars are supposed to weigh, so that way all your cars get weighed correctly. You don't have to figure it out on a table or a calculator or something like that. It does it for you. Actually, Shane, I noticed that there is a function in there for doing blocks. I don't know if it's the same thing, but there is a setting in there for blocks. But for those that are doing DCC, JMRI interfaces, it looks like, with just about everything out there: Lens, NCE, Digitrax, and a couple others. I know that those are the big three. But yeah, I mean, it'll do that for you. The only thing that I did notice, and it's kind of odd, and I guess it's just the fact that I guess they just gave you the most popular locomotives. Of course, I've got PAs. They didn't have PA1s in the list, so I actually had to add that one. To which I have to go back and actually add the horsepower and things like that, which is something else that's neat. You can actually go ahead and tell it how many tons per horsepower or horsepower per ton. So you can actually set it up if you wanted to consist locomotives. My railroad isn't that big. I mean, the longest train, which is the one that's sitting out there right now, you really can't see it from here, is the 14-car coal train, which has got the larger 70-ton or twin hoppers on them. Yeah, there's no need for blocking. Yeah, that's true, Shane. Yeah, you're right. But you know, there is a lot of different little functions, and it's like I said, when I first downloaded it and started playing with it earlier this week, I'm like, this is really nice. You know, because one of the things that one of my buddies, John, who's been over here a couple times, we were actually looking at using Excel, so that we weren't running, so that I wasn't running the same locomotive over and over and over again. You know, right now I've got 27 locomotives in JMRI. I've got a bunch more that I still have to work on. But, you know, I've got 27 locomotives in there. Night, Anthony. Talk to you later, buddy. So I wanted some way, you know, when you're doing the car card and waybill system, you know, the old pencil and paper stuff, you can, the cars will automatically route themselves around the railroad. In other words, if I had an operating session, I'm looking, you know, a year or so into the future, I've got 7 guys over here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do an operations session. That's all, folks. You know, I can sit there and say, hey guys, by the way, we should be on waybill cycle number 2, for instance. So when you get to your work area, make sure that all your cars are on cycle number 2. And that's fine. You know, so all the cars are on cycle 2. How do you tell what the locomotives have been doing? You know, have I had a locomotive that's been sitting for 3 weeks, but yet I've got a locomotive that just ran a day and a half ago? You know, wabbit season, and that wascally wabbit. Oh. But, you know, that was the thing is, you know, how often has a locomotive run? So with JMRI, it will tell you the last time that locomotive was out on the pike, you know. And what's really nice is you can actually take a car or a locomotive and put it out of service. Oh man. See, it's wabbit season. No, it's duck season. It's wabbit season. No, it's duck season. Anyway. Son of a gun. But what I was saying is with JMRI, it'll actually tell you the last time a locomotive ran, so on and so forth, and you can actually, in the program, tell it to take that car or locomotive out of service. So if that locomotive was on the pike and all of a sudden developed an issue, when it gets to wherever it's going, or if you just take it off, you can just go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to take this car or this locomotive out of service. You can take it back to the workbench and work on it, and JMRI will not assign that locomotive or a car to a train. Yeah, okay, Shane. Okay, Shane, I got you. Oh man, that was one of the other things I noticed too. Humanity was the fact that you can actually set JMRI up to do daytime, nighttime as well, which is kind of nice. But I've already got my layout set up to where it's going to do that when I get to that point. So, I've got, well, you can't, it's over at the dispatcher station where I've got the dimmers for what will be the overhead lighting. So, JMRI won't be running that unless I find some way to automate it, but I don't know I really don't know how far I want to take it. Because as I was mentioning earlier too, I work on technology all day long. That's what I do for a job. And the last thing I want to do is come home and sit there and flip a switch and have a computer run my layout. I'm still a hands-on person. I want to sit there. I want to flip switches and play with stuff. So, actually, the fireplace is not operable. The flue is shot, so it's not a functioning. That is not a functioning fireplace back there. I feel like I'm on the Matrix. So, unfortunately, the fireplace isn't operable, so it's just there. The thing of it is it's never gotten cold enough down here to need it, which is kind of a good thing. Oh man, oh man. Oh. So, well, I've been at this for almost 2 hours, I think. No, I've only been at it for an hour and 18 minutes. All right, Jerry. Night. I think I'm going to call it a night myself. It's been a long day. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. I've got to go out into the world and do some grocery shopping. Got to be able to eat. Got to watch the figure. Shane was asking about Shane was asking about the pups. One of them is down here supervising tonight. Wait a minute. Beethoven? Where's Beethoven? There he is. They're the Beethovens. They're the Beethovens. They're the buddies. What? What? What you doing? Was you napping? Huh? Was you napping? Huh? Was you napping? You've been good boys. Huh? Where's your sisters? Huh? Ooh. The supervisor. He is an Australian Shepherd mix. Very nice. Way to go, humanity. He's an Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix. He's too smart for his own darn good. And my other dog is a Anatolian Shepherd Pyrenees mix. Beethoven's 9 years old, going on 10, and the other dog, she's 5. Yeah, I think she's 5 going on 6. What you doing, bud? They're talking about you. Yeah, they're talking about you up here. No. No, not running a sheep farm. They're both rescues. We rescued Beethoven as a puppy, and a little over a year ago, we rescued Emma. She was a runaway. So, he's an excellent guard dog, and so is she. She barks at everything that walks past the house. It's the only way to go, is to get rescues. Hey, bud. Here. What? Come in. I think he's going to go out. Yeah, you can usually hear my dogs barking, whatever is going on. So, folks, I hate to cut it, but I've been on here for, like I said, almost an hour and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off. You all know the deal. You wait for the high ball. Green tracks ahead. Be safe. God bless. We'll catch you all next time. See ya.